So the next film we're going to take a look at is The Northman from director Robert Eggers. Now, of course, this is a very interesting film because it's being promoted as a great big Hollywood blockbuster, as in a popcorn movie. And certainly here in Australia, we're seeing it screening in cinemas such as Village and Hoyts. But of course, it's also showing at cinemas like Cinema Nova because it's a Robert Eggers film. Now, for people that have been listening to our show over the years, you will know that I loved The Witch, I loved The Lighthouse, I've loved the work that Robert Eggers has done over the years. So to see him be in charge of a movie that people are promoting as a blockbuster, kind of surprised me, and I was kind of wondering what I was going to get with this film. Had he finally kind of sold out and made a really commercial film, or would it keep with those nuances that we've come to know and love for Robert Eggers? And the great thing is, it's a mixture of both. It's the only way I can really talk about this film. It is a lot more alternative than it is Hollywood blockbuster. If you're going into this film expecting a popcorn film, that's not what you're going to get. There are some serious scenes in this film that go into the mythology of the Vikings and show some ceremonial things that normally a big Hollywood Viking blockbuster would probably skip right over. The storyline itself is pretty basic. You have the Northman himself, Leith, played by Alexander Skarsgård, going on a mission to rescue his mother, Queen Gudrun, played by Nicole Kidman, after his father is murdered by his brother, and his wife is kidnapped. And so young Amleith kind of has this philosophy of revenge for his father, kill his uncle, and rescue his mother, and that's his philosophy that he goes through life with. He finally sees an opportunity to be able to get that opportunity when the group that he is in raids a village, and he sees the opportunity to cut his hair off and be taken as a slave and given to his uncle. At about the same time, he meets Olga, played by Anya Taylor-Joy, who turns out to be the love of his life, and he takes her on the journey of revenge as well. Now, what I love about this film is how dark it is. Robert Eggers really has made this a dark film, not only in the tone of the film itself, but in the look of the film. It's very dark and morbid. If you think back to what The Witch was like, then this is what The Northman is like as well. There's some amazing action set pieces in this. The raid on the original village is fantastic. Seeing some of the things such as Amleith catch a spear and throw it back just looks absolutely amazing. If you like the television show Vikings, there is a very good chance that you're going to like The Northman. It's shot in a very similar style, but it's just got that Eggers look to this film all throughout. Actors such as Ethan Hawke and William Dafoe turn up in roles where they're virtually unrecognizable. But there is just so much to love about this film. I'm so torn reviewing it just because there's so much of this film that I loved. Of course, the darker element of it as well really shines through, and I love that. I love the alternative look and feel to the film, and I think Eggers has found the right mix of commercial film and alternative cinema here, and this just works really, really well. The storyline, like I said, is pretty basic. I was kind of hoping that the final fight sequence might have lasted a little bit longer as well, but Eggers really wanted to try and make this film feel as natural as possible. And that's the thing about this film. I would love to sit here and give it 5 stars just because it does look so good and the acting is brilliant and the story yeah, the story is what holds it back. It's kind of a basic story, so I'm going to end up giving this 4 out of 5. But look, it looks absolutely sensational. If you've liked Eggers' other films, especially The Witch, you are going to love this. So go along and check it out. I'm giving The Northman 4 out of 5.